What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to some Dungeon Defenders Awakened. We are here on Wave 23, Deeper Well Survival Hardcore and Rifted. Now, why the heck am I on Deeper Well Survival Hardcore and Rifted, you may ask? And that is because Fusion Armor, of course, has specific drop locations. Now, about a month ago, I made the absolute terror of a mistake by accidentally selling my Hybrid Monks Ensnare Aura set, and now I gotta get them back. Now the challenge here is this map drops the lowest possible quality of gear in the entire bracket. So as far as Massacre Hardcore Rift Mode gear goes, it doesn't get any lower than what you're gonna find right here on the Deeper Well. Now that means with the item that we want specifically dropping from here, and that is the Ancient Gloves, that means we are going to have to do this map about 1,000,000 times. Now, this is a build that Aramir showed me that he was doing it using it to speedrun, and it's super, super effective. We're going to start off right on the corner of the wood there with a Fusion DST. We'll go through all the stats here in just a minute. Now, you can do this map. We're going to do the same thing over here. Basically, we are covering this line each way, so you want to make sure that your DSTs are lined up with that line going down each individual side of the map, and then one more DST here in the middle that's hitting all three of those lower spawns. Now we're going to be using Ensnare Auras and Electric Auras here, and you can get away with using non-rifted ensnares. I've done it a bunch of times. However, you do have to work, as with the non-rifted or non-fusion Ensnare Auras, you're definitely going to have some mobs leaking, and you're going to have to burn those guys all out by yourself. Now, additionally, what do we want? We've got 16 left. We haven't put down our auras yet, so we're going to drop an Ensnare Aura, that's Fusion, and an Electric Aura. Now, that leaves us 8 DU. We're going to throw down some Reflex and 1 Wall, but let's take a peek through the stats. First things first, we are using the Fusion Electric Aura and Fusion Ensnare Aura. Fusion DSTs are kind of the go-to that you want to do very first thing. I do have Fusion buff beams as well, however, you don't need the Fusion here. In fact, I probably won't even leave this EV in the deck, but there is a look at the buff beam stats. My Hybrid Monk here for the Ensnare Auras obviously still needs a lot of work. I am focused mainly on range right now at the moment, hoping to get some better pieces. Look at that skill. Oof. Very, very low. And then we got the DSTs. As I mentioned, this should be your first stop. That's a look at my Fusion DSTs. And then the Electric Aura. So let's go ahead and we'll pop a Waller EV into the deck. This is in non-rifted gear, just regular gear. And get some walls placed down. And that's a look at the stats on that guy. Now, as I mentioned, Aramir posted this build up. Actually, it's been a couple of months now. And he was using it to speedrun the map, getting some really ridiculous times, that is for sure. We're going to put one big physical beam right here just to use as a distraction, and then we're going to get 3 1DU reflect beams here. Now the 1DU reflect beams do not have to have perfect coverage on this side. There will be some spiders that spawn that could potentially get a shot off, but it hasn't been enough to worry about that I've seen so far. Just make sure you got good side coverage. And then we're going to throw yet one more right across the back there. Now we are going to be actively DPSing on our Boost Monk, which is going to be using a Striking Gemstone. The Striking Gemstone, of course, is going to drop from the Summit. I got this one in Summit Campaign. Just, you know, it's not fantastic, but it is more than enough to get the job done. And then we want to make sure that that Striking is hitting the auras. You just watching the edge of the aura range, you see it popped out quite a bit, and that lets you know that the Striking Gemstone is hitting the auras. You don't want to start the wave unless you've got your auras being hit by that striking, or you're going to have problems. Now, throughout the course of the wave, as it's running, just keep your tower boost up. Spraying into ogres is certainly never a bad idea. Additionally, you want to make sure that if you're not using a Fusion Ensnare Aura set, that you've got plenty of damage going on into the lanes, as the mobs will without a doubt push if you don't have the fusion setup going on. Now we're going to keep that tower boost up. One thing I forgot was to upgrade this aura, so I'm going to go ahead and jack that bad boy all the way up to full, and then we'll just continue to spray them down here for the rest of the first wave. Now, of course, we just have to do wave 23 and up, so it is a pretty quick run. I want to say, I don't remember the exact times, but I wanted to say that Aramir, when he was grinding this one, he was doing runs down around the 5-minute mark. I think it was something like that. It was some pretty ridiculous times he was posting up and using this exact build. So it looks like we are good for wave 23, so let's just go ahead and round it up. And I'm basically just going to dump all of this mana into the DSTs. So we'll jump on forward to wave 25. That way, you all's eyes don't bleed from me standing inside of the purple glowy ball of standing inside of auras and a tower boost. Let's move on forward. And here we are at wave 25. So we did take a few shots on our wall there. Throw a couple of upgrades in there. And everything else just get repaired. I'm going to dump the remaining DU into, or the remaining mana into these DSTs. Let's make sure that our aura, it looks like our aura's got good coverage. Let's see, yeah, looks like the auras are indeed getting the striking gemstone buff. There they go, and away we go here for wave number 25. Now, like I said, it's a super smooth run. Do pay attention, though, as, you know, the ogres will walk on you, and they will come right on up. Obviously, it's a pretty short map. It's got a ton of ogres on it, and that means they will get all up in your business if you're not careful. So make sure you keep your boost up. Spray down any ogre that's coming your way, particularly the Rift Ogres, of course. And then don't die. Keep yourself healed by all means. Down to 199 mobs already. It goes pretty fast. The whole map runs super, super fast. So that is a good thing. It actually doesn't run very slowly, just doing it a full run on this one. This is definitely one of the quicker survival maps, just with the lower mob counts. No doubt about it. It just has all those ogres getting uppity all of the time on this one. And that's really what you want to watch for. We got another ogre there. I think that might be it for the ogres. Looking like that is all of them. So we got a couple of sirens left. We can just go and start getting rid of... Oh, I spoke too soon. There was 2 more coming. We got one more ogre right over here. I went on and pissed off the siren in the process. We got the ogre dead, though. That is what matters. We'll just let that siren go ahead and run back and do her business and collect up the loot. So, let's see. We're just going to get rid of everything to make it easier to get our box. This map, the loot does spray. Oh, man. So keep an eye on where it's going. Make your life easier in the hunt to look it all over. So, let's see. We got ourselves a primitive helmet. That is a fusion piece. It's got all the builder stats on it. Not as good as the piece I currently have, I don't believe. And let's see. It looks like we got another low roll set of gloves. This one, it doesn't even have all the stats on it that I'm looking for. So certainly not a super hot item. It's back to the drawing board on this one. No doubt about it. But that will do it for now, y'all. That is just a relatively easy Deeper Well farm build. If you're to the point where you're really ready to start fine-tuning your gear, no doubt you're going to have to grind this one to get a good piece, unless RNG just really smiles upon you on your attempts. So thanks again, y'all, and I will see ya next time around. Take it easy.